upon the earth. He didn't build it upon the rock, which is Jesus. Jesus represents the rock. He didn't build it upon the rock, so when the winds came and the storms came and the trials of life came, the man's house fell because there was no foundation. And the illustration that God used, that was someone who hears the word of God, but yet doesn't listen to what God says. Hears the word, but refuses to apply it to his life. And so the scripture that God dropped in my spirit when I was sitting over there was 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5. If you've been coming to Midweek Worship, Pastor's been talking to us about how we have to stay alert and be ready because we're in the end times. We're not approaching the end times, but we're in the end times. And 2 Timothy chapter 3 talks about all the things that the Bible lets us know that are happening. Men should be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, all of those things. Right. It talks about the things that if you really pay attention and you allow the Spirit to speak to you, you really don't have to be too spiritually keen to see that those things are happening in the world right now with all the violence, all the things that are going on. And towards the middle of the chapter, well, not the middle, but verse 5, it says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. That's how he ends talking about the things that are going on in the world. And so what God dropped in my spirit was it's now time for us to stop saying that we're ride or die Christians, but to truly actually be ride or die Christians. When you think about the word ride or die, when you say, oh, that's my ride or die, that means that that person is down for you whatever. Despite if they scared, if they sad, if whatever the case may be, they're down for you for whatever it is. And if they can't survive whatever they're down for, they're willing to die trying. And God said it's time for us to ride out and to begin to get in our minds that it's time to either ride or die trying. God, I'm going to do your will regardless of how I feel, regardless of what's coming, regardless of anything that's in my life. God, I'm going to do your will, or I'm going to at least die trying. But I'm going to die with the knowledge of the fact that at least I put into action the things that I heard, the things that you spoke to me, the instructions that you gave me. I refuse to die and let it be. I chose to die, but I'm going to actually at least die trying to do your will. Amen? Amen. So I was thinking about the illustration that God had, that Jesus had given the people about him being Lord. And I thought about the fact that, first of all, the illustration, God told me when I was studying that when we come to church, we come and we receive everything we need to lay our foundation in Christ. Not only just when you go through foundation class here in Wings of Healing, but every time you come, we come to service, we're on the prayer line, we hear things said. We receive everything that we need to be successful Christians, for everything for our foundation to be strong. We receive Jesus into our life, then when we come, we're receiving the 2x4s and all of the things that we need to lay the foundation for our spiritual life. Not only does God give us the foundation, the materials that we need for the foundation, but the blueprint is already laid out. We get instructions. We receive instructions on how to build a foundation. God doesn't just give us a 2x4, hand us a nail, hand us a drill, and say, hey, figure it out from here. But he actually gives us the instructions on what we're supposed to do with our foundation, how we're supposed to build it. So I thought about the fact that, okay, Jesus, you give us the materials that we need to build our foundation. You give us the instructions to build our foundation. Yes, some of us still come to church and we still think, oh, that word doesn't apply for me. Or God, that's not what God is saying for me right now. God told you to pay. I know you told me to pay my tithe, but you couldn't have been thinking about the fact when that scripture was written that I'm struggling right now. God, I know that you told me not to fornicate, but God, you don't understand my struggle right now. Sex wasn't as prominent in those days as it is right now. Or God, you told me not to gossip, or you told me not to spread discord, but I just couldn't keep that to myself. Some kind of way when we come to the house of God, we find a way to think, oh, the word doesn't apply to me. Whether it be we just don't want to listen, or whether it be we don't ask God for the wisdom on how to apply the word of God to our life. Because when Pastor gets up here, or Minister Eichel gets up here, or anybody that comes here and gets up here and they tell us what thus said the Lord, if we're in here, that means God has something for us. Even if it's just the first 2 sentences of the message, if we ask God, God, give me wisdom in how to apply all the knowledge that I receive, there will not be nothing that we cannot overcome and nothing that we can't conquer if we ask God, God, show me how to apply this to our lives. A lot of times we tend to think that the word of God is mumble jumbled and I can't figure it out. What is it saying? And because it's not saying, Saida, I said don't go here and don't do such and such. But when the pastor gets up and gives an illustration and uses the very illustration some kind of way, we should be able to find ourselves in the word. Even if the pastor's teaching about something, God help me just to find myself in the word. But the fact that we choose not to apply the things to our life, it's a choice. When we come to church, we have the choice to choose what type of ground we're going to be. We have the choice to choose. Today I'm going to receive the word, and if I receive it, I'm actually going to apply it to my life and actually wait out the time to make sure and see, God, I know that there's power in what you told me to do. When you think about 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5, it says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. Which means if Pastor Gord gets up here and she tells us what thus said the Lord, Minister Idol gets up here and tells us what thus said the Lord. If you read a Facebook post and it's biblical instruction that lines up with the word of God, it's not by happenstance you just scroll by it and was like, oh, that's a good scripture, and kept scrolling. No, God is saying something to you. That means that God has something to say. But if I choose not to apply what's being said to my life, I deny the power of God. I deny that there's power in Jesus' name. I deny that there's deliverance in his name. I deny Jesus, help us. I deny that when I need God, that he's my strong tower. I deny if I choose not to have joy. I deny that the joy of the Lord is my strength. Whatever you choose not to do, whatever we choose not to apply to our life, we take the chance and say that there's really not power in what was being taught. There's no power in that. Yeah, it's good and it sounded good, but there's no power in that. I don't trust God to deliver me. I don't trust God to save my soul. I don't trust God to bless my finances. I don't trust God to deliver me from fornication or deliver me from lying or deliver me from that bad relationship. I don't trust God to do exactly what his word says when I was given instruction, because I chose not to apply that instruction to my life.
Amen, minister.
So I thought about the fact that I have a table at my house. Well, I have a piece of the table. But I have bought this table. And me being a single woman and waiting on God to send my husband, when you're single, you have to figure out everything by yourself. I could call Eichel, but that could take years for him to be like, okay, fine, I'm coming to fix your table. So I put the table together, right? I bought this table like when I first moved to my apartment. And there were screws to the table. There was these little wood things that looked like screws but weren't actually screws. So I read the instructions, but the instructions were confusing. So I was like, well, I'm going to just put the table together how I put the table together, whatever happens, happens. So I stuck the little wood pieces where I figured they went kind of tight and screwed. The table looked good. It was sitting in the middle of my little apartment. I have my little 2 chairs. Looked like, people actually eat at the table. So I sat in the chair one day. I was doing my hair, retwisting my hair, and I sat in the chair. And the chair started sliding. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor. The chair was sliding, right? So then I said, okay, well, that chair broke, so I have another chair. And I put the chair together, and I sat in that chair, but now the chair is wobbly. The next thing I know, 2 of the legs fell off the table, right? But I could not be mad because I didn't follow the instructions. The instructions were given to me. I had the instructions that said, stick screw 37 and hole 52, even though I'm like, why you can't screw 37 and 37? That's what matches. But I thought I knew better, so I tried to stick everything together. Next thing I know, on the side of my wall is a table with 2 chairs. 1 chair is in the garbage can, and 1 chair got a towel on it because it's falling over and I dare not sit in it, right? But I thought about, that's what we do when we come to church. We ask God, I need to hear from you. I need you to say something to me. I need to know how to get out of this whatever I'm in. And the next thing you know, we come to church, we get the instructions, and we looking like, okay, pastor said, she said don't do that and don't, but that's not gonna feel good to me or to my flesh. So you know what, it's quicker if I just, still do what I was doing and try whatever. The next thing you know, your life will fell apart. Why? Because we refuse to follow the instructions. Put the nails where God said, We're mad when we struggle with things that we don't have to struggle with. Everything that we go through is meant for us to overcome. It's never meant for us to continue to struggle with the same thing. Yes, my issue may always be my issue, but my job is to take that issue to God and allow Him to give me instruction to overcome that issue. It's not for me to struggle for the rest of my life.
Amen, minister.
Come to church, get instruction, get on the prayer line, wherever God speaks to me, whoever He speaks through. If He speaks through Judah, God, whatever you say, help me just to hear you. At least try to understand and ask you for wisdom and how to apply that you have given me. That's to make the choice to say, God, I'm making a choice to ask you to give me wisdom and how to apply this. Because what we realize is that wisdom, what God was showing me is wisdom gives us the privilege, the potential to overcome. But it's not until we put into action what we receive that we actually become overcomers. Potential means nothing if it's not exercised. When you think about it, a lot of us women, some men too, but it happens a lot with women, we date guys that we know are beneath us. And what's the thing that we say? Oh, he has potential. He would be a good man. He would treat me right. If he would just get a job, then he could pay the bill. But he sits at home and plays video games all day and smokes weed. But I'm saying he has potential. Come on, man. But if he don't never fill out applications and go to work, then his potential is never exercised. It goes no different in the body of Christ. You have the potential to be a strong, victorious overcomer and be somebody that God can use to minister to other people, to be a walking testimony. But yet, you choose to settle with potential because putting in the work is a little too difficult. Even when you think about the men that we as women, and I say we because I didn't walk down that block. They even had potential, and I'm gonna pray they get some potential, and they pray potential, works out. But even when you think about guys with potential, the only reason why they don't exercise their potential is because it's too hard. They would rather you pay their bills for them. They would rather live with their mama than go get a job. Everything that we have potential to do, we don't do it because of the thought of it's going to take too much work. That's uncomfortable. We don't like uncomfortableness at all. I've been praying and asking God to give me a strategy about my weight. God help me. Because last summer I was fly. Last summer I was good. But then, I started eating and kept eating. And the next thing you know, I got here. So I've been asking God. And God gave me something to do. But I just been like, God, going to the gym, I gotta gear my mind up to stretch. Then I gotta deal with the fact that my muscles is gonna hurt. Then I gotta deal with the fact that I'm gonna be out of breath and uncomfortable. Then I vow that I won't take the elevator at home, so I'm gonna have to walk up like 12 flights of stairs to get to my apartment. That's too much work. But yet, can I complain about my weight if I never actually walk it out and get up and say, okay, I know it's 5 a.m., but I need to get to the gym. Let me go to the gym. If I don't never do what God told me to do, I can sit and complain about my weight for the rest of my life. But it's up to me to get up and say, you know what? I'm going to get my happy hips on this treadmill and I'm going to have to be out of breath. But until I obey what God has given me, I don't get the right to even call Him my Lord and Savior. And I say, Lord and Savior. I say, Lord Jesus. I say, Lord, help me. I say, Lord, take the wheel. I say, Lord this, Lord that. But yet, I don't do what you tell me to do. When the fact that if you look up in the dictionary, the definition of Lord is what? Ruler, somebody who reigns supreme, somebody who is in authority. So God, if I give you authority and I ask you to come into my heart and take over my life and show me what to do, how is it that I can disobey what you tell me, not listen to nothing that you telling me to do, think your instructions are too much, but yet I want to say, Lord, Lord, I need you, or I'm a Christian. Even calling yourself a Christian is bearing the name of Christ. Amen. But how can I bear the name of Christ if I do nothing that He says? How can I bear the name of Christ if I'm having a form of godliness but denying the God the power to heal my body? Denying God the power to move on my behalf, denying God the power to change my children, or whatever it is that we're believing God to do. How is it that we call Him Lord, Lord, but yet refuse to obey the things that He tells us to do? Amen. And if we think about it, I was sitting there and I was like, Christianity is really not that difficult. we make it harder than it has to be. Because we are in a world where times are harder, the temptation is crazy. Half of the stuff people doing, I be like, but that didn't make no sense. Who thinks like that? Everything that's going on, you like, what in the world? But yeah, we want to do whatever pleases our flesh, and that's why living a saved life is quote unquote difficult. Because it's not difficult especially if I know I got a 2x4 right here and God said lay the 2x4 like this and screw a nail right here with this other 2x4. If I have the blueprint, then that means I know how everything is supposed to go. It's only difficult when you have to figure everything out yourself. But if everything is written in the Word of God, and every time I come to church, God has something to say to me. Even if it's the simple instruction of Minister Saida said, get on the prayer line doing her thing. I know that was God. So let me just make sure I get on the prayer line. Whatever the littlest instruction God gives me, don't watch that TV show. Don't do this. Don't do that. God help me just to do it. Not even God help me just to do it. Just do it. Because at the end of the day, it's a choice for us. We choose to win or we choose to lose. But if we choose not to obey the biblical principle that is given to us, or when things are broken down in the Word, or when God gives somebody a revelation that's from God to speak to us, then it's up to me to apply that thing to my life.
Yes.
Because I can't be mad if Mildred say, Saida, when you bake the cake, make sure you put an egg in there, and sift the flour. Don't just throw it in the bowl. Sift the flour. I obey everything Mildred said except for sifting the flour, and I'm mad my cake come out dry. I can't be mad at her because she gave me that instruction. And I chose not to obey them, but that's what we do every day of our lives. We're mad because our baby daddies is crazy. We're mad because we don't have no money. We're mad because we getting beat up. We're mad because we lost our job. We're mad because, yes, sometimes trials hit us, but if we're not applying biblical principles, do I even have the right to be mad at anybody but myself? Can you be mad about your finances being out of control and out of whack? Or even if you're just making it and thinking, well, I don't have to pay my tithes because it's, I got just enough. But do you ever want to live in an overflow? Do you ever want to have more than just enough? Not live from paycheck to paycheck or direct deposit to direct deposit. But we're trying to figure out, God, why I don't have money to buy hair when I want to buy hair? I got to keep reusing hair. But God, I ain't got no money to do nothing. I ain't got no food in the thing. But we're mad because of something that's so simple when it's like, did you pay your tithe?
Amen.
But did you close your mouth when God told you to close your mouth? Because if you would have closed your mouth, that probably wouldn't have went as far as it went. Or whatever it is. God said, like I said before, flee fornication. If God told me to flee, well, can I be mad when I fall into the trap? No, because I didn't flee. I stayed right there. So whatever instructions that we refuse to listen to, whose fault is it? It's our own fault because we choose to listen to our flesh or what feels better rather than listen to the things that God has given us, the instruction. And no instruction that God gives us is going to feel good. Nothing feels good. I don't want to study with Pastor Dwight Tyson preaching. Pastor, look, God don't speak to me like he speaks to you. And you read the Bible like you ain't going to work. But if I know God said, no, I got to speak to you right now, go home. Friday when God was speaking to me, I was in the middle of doing something. God said, go home and study. But Jesus, it's hot. And I don't want to go back to the house right now. I got something that I want to do. But I had to stop. So if I would have got up here and I had nothing to say, whose fault would it have been? It would have been my fault because God told me go study on Friday afternoon. Right? But it would have been my fault if I didn't heed the instruction. So it's our own fault if we choose not to do the things that God has given for us to do.
Amen.
I thought about when I was younger, we used to watch this show called G.I. Joe. And at the end of G.I. Joe, they would have a little, I think I just dated myself, Pastor. At the end of G.I. Joe, they would have a little scene where, I watched one this morning, and the boy was stuck in the carnival, and he couldn't find his brother. And so he's looking for his brother. He's like, I can't find so-and-so. The G.I. Joe walks up, and he's saying something about, he's giving him instruction, and he's telling him, well, you don't have to panic. You just have to be able to think through it. And the boy was like, that's good to know. And the next thing the G.I. Joe said, if you watch G.I. Joe, you know the next thing they said, knowing is half the battle. That's what we have to realize here in the body of Christ. When we receive instruction, knowing is only half the battle. Your battle don't even begin when you know the truth. Ignorance being bliss is not even an excuse that we can use here in the church, because we receive, if we don't know nothing here at Wings Healing, we know how to live right. We know how to walk according to the word. Yes. We know what the Bible says. Amen. And it's not that we don't understand it, because when anyone gets up here to speak at Wings of Healing, you can never say, well, I didn't understand that. Judah can tell you something that was said. Amen. Because it's broken down to where we can understand it. But then we fail to realize that knowing is only half the battle. What G.I. Joe was saying is, if you get here and you panic, you knew that you weren't supposed to panic, but the battle really starts when you're tempted to panic, and you have to think in my mind, G.I. Joe said, don't panic, don't let me panic, God, don't let me panic. That's when the battle starts. The battle does not start until we receive the knowledge of good and evil, and then we have to apply it to our lives. That's when the battle really starts. That's when we can become victorious, because we know, okay, God said, don't lie. So regardless of how much I think I'm going to get in trouble, I'm not going to lie. God, I could have got out of trouble, but I'm not going to lie. Regardless of if us being obedient causes us to get in trouble with somebody else, or whatever the case may be, when do we just say, let me just take my punishment and deal with it, and then I know next time, just don't do it at all. Amen. But yeah, we run from punishment, we run from being uncomfortable, we run from whatever it is. I just don't feel like getting up. We run from being lazy, we sleep in laziness, whatever the case may be, but we run from it. We run from doing what God says, but then we're mad at God for how everything is turned out. I'm mad because nothing in my life is right. I hate my life right now. But you hate your life because you are not applying biblical principle, because you haven't even given God an honest try. God, I'm trying you. You told me to flee fornication, so I'm trusting that you're going to help me to deal with these desires that I have, because the desires that I have are natural. They're normal. But God, help me just, regardless of the fact that it's normal, you haven't called me to be normal. You've called me to live my life in a way that is not normal. Amen. So yes, right now in this world, when everything seems like it's okay to do everything, things that it's okay for men to wear dresses. The world is crazy now. And I'm not even saying just homosexual men. I'm talking about all the rappers that said and got on pearls and got on. When did it become socially acceptable to do that? But yet we just accept whatever is in the world because that's what's popping right now. So we have to realize that God is calling for us to stop settling for being just walking balls of knowledge. I know it. I can tell you the scripture. Yeah, but that scripture don't have no power if you don't speak that scripture. Yes. God never called for us just to know a lot in the scripture. He never said, I want Sister Jennifer to know the Bible front and back. But if I tell Sister Aaliyah something, it has more power if I can show her. Me and Aaliyah could talk about eating healthy all day. She can tell me stuff, I can tell her stuff. She can nurse, I research stuff. We have done it before. We can talk about it all day. But until she be like, no, Simon, we're going to cook these meals and we're going to do this, it does none effect of what she's telling you. Right. The Bible has no effect when we don't walk it out. Not that it's not power in there, but we just deny the power to work in my life. It's not that swinging fornication won't work. It's that I won't even try it and think, God, I have the faith to believe that you're going to get me through this. It's not that paying my tithes don't work. It's I'm too stingy. And thinking about myself and too disobedient to give God what's His, because we're holding on to the things that we think are important, or we don't want to go through being uncomfortable to even see, God, is it really power in your name? God, is it really deliverance in your name? God, if I really live this thing, are you able to do exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask? But yet I won't even live like the God I serve is able to do it, because I refuse to do what's being taught. But yet I sit in church every single Sunday and I say, amen, Pastor, that was a good word. That was just what I needed. I got just what I needed, Pastor. But then Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, even take a self-evaluation and think about how many times I had to do this myself. How many times we come to the altar for the same thing over and over and over again? Amen. We come to the altar, we snot, we cry, we get hands laid on us. Some of us get delivered from spirits, but yet we get up and we don't even live like we just got delivered, or we don't live like we believe God. We get up from this altar. When you come to the altar, the whole point of the altar is to lay your burdens down and to leave whatever you was carrying at the altar, whether it be sin, whether it be worry, whether it be depression, whether it be whatever it is. We're supposed to leave it here at the altar. But how many times do we get up and be like, "Ooh, I feel good," but go back home and never apply nothing that was taught? So what was the point of you snotting, crying, wasting people's prayers, praying over you? Not wasting them, because God is going to do what He's going to do. But what's the point of that? It's not if you got a headache and you got up and can't sleep, and then you still going to live how you want to live and refuse to apply what was being taught that got you to the altar, snotting and crying and this.
Come on.
When do you apply what was being taught? And I'm not saying you like that, because I had to think God helped me, because there's so much that I'm asking you for, but yet I tend to think that's too much for me, Jesus. And even in sometimes it's not even that, we just think it's too much. Sometimes it's that we can't even see ourselves change or see ourselves living according to the Word of God, or we can't see ourselves better because we've lived the life that we've been living for so long. We don't know what different is. But it's not for us to see. It's not for me to see, God. I need to see every single thing that you're doing, or God, when you tell me to step, I need to see that step. I don't need to see the step, God. All I know is that you told me to do something. So my job is just to do it. Your job is to provide the step. So all I'm supposed to do is just to be obedient to the Word of God. But God said it's time out for us coming to church Sunday after Sunday, Wednesday after Wednesday, getting up early in the morning, getting on the prayer line, and having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. Because at the end of the day, it don't matter how many hallelujahs we say, what we shout and say, what praise and worship songs we sing. Because when God comes back for us, He's looking at our lifestyle. He's not going to say, "Oh, but Sister Jennifer raised her hand at the right moment, so she get one stone in her crown right there. And Sister Jennifer did this. She ushered well that Sunday. She going to heaven for that." No, but everything we do is if we walking out what's being taught. When we come to church, we have to begin to see it as, I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to get instruction from God. But besides the fact that it comes from a person, it's God talking, because God knows exactly what I need. He knows exactly what is best for me in my life right now. Even when you think about your kids. When kids have a cold, Kyrie, last Sunday, his dad had to go get him some medicine because he wasn't feeling good. Kyrie was fighting taking that medicine. "No, Mommy, no, Mom." But Tash knew he needs to feel better. So this is going to help him feel better. We come to church and we fight, getting our lives together, getting ourselves right, being everything that God has called for us to be, because we're scared of how it tastes. It's don't be uncomfortable. Medicine is disgusting. But then even if you take a pill, you still have that aftertaste in your throat. Doing right don't always feel good to this. It don't never feel good to this. And sometimes you just be thinking that is going to suck. Oh, I be want to scream doing right, so I don't. Me having to close my mouth is enough. I be like, "Jesus, you don't understand. I just want to say something. Help me!" I be really on the inside. Really. Sometimes I have to go home and swing at the air and everything else, but God told me to shut your mouth. Now is not the time to say something. So God, help me just to be obedient to whatever it is that you are telling me to do. And it's not even just about blatant sin, because some of us have that. We're not fornicating, we're not drinking, we're not smoking. But then, what about when the Bible says, "Be not weary in well doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not"? The Sunday you come to church, you get an encouraging word, and pastor is preaching, "Hold on, don't give up. God is coming. Help is on the way. Jesus is on the way right now. He coming." But yeah, we choose to leave discouraged. What happened to you not being weary and well done? What did we receive from God that we need to hold on to? But it's time out for us coming to church and thinking, I'm going to come to church and I'm sitting here and I'm going to listen to everything that's said, but I'm never going to try it out. I'm never going to do what you told me to do. it's really time for us to be ride or die saints.
Right.
I know 3 people in my life that's going to ride and die for me is my mama, my brother Michael, and my sister. I know that. I don't have to question that. Why? Because it's been proven time and time. We all know that about each other. If one about to fight, somebody getting their tail kicked because we all jumping in. Why? Because that's how we roll. But why is it so different when it comes to when God says do something? Why is it that I question him, God? I don't know if that's what's best for me. I know you're God, but I don't know if that's what is really good for me at this moment. Or that's really not what I want to do. So I'd rather die spiritually than listen to what you're trying to tell me. But when do we get to the point where, God, I'm riding with you, and God, I'm going to die for you? That means if I die, which you will not, from fleeing fornication, if I die, then I die doing the will of God. But what can go wrong if we die being obedient to the word of God? And I'm not saying just go out and die, but I'm saying we have to get to a point in our life where, God, I'm riding with you and I'm dying with you. We do it for people in the world all the time.
Yes.
They fight and we fight. We know they did wrong, but we fight with them still. But that God, there is nothing wrong about him. He's right in all his ways and all his statutes. Everything that he says is right. Everything that he tells us to do is right. But yet, we won't ride or die for God. God, I'm going to die, literally, God. My flesh is going to die. If we ride, yes, our flesh is going to die, but your spirit, every time that your flesh dies, your spirit is gaining a spiritual muscle.
Yes.
But yet, we're weak spiritually. It's not because of the teaching. It's not because of anybody else. It's a personal choice.
Yes.
When will we just make up the decision to let the people go that we're supposed to let go? God, you told me to let them go, and I can't see my life without them. But God, I trust you that you'll either replace them with something better, or you show me how to just be content in you.
Amen.
But when do we allow God to show himself strong in our lives? We tie up his hands when we hear the promises of God spoken and we get instruction. God never gives us a promise without giving us instruction, but we fail to heed the instruction. But then we're tying God's hands up when we fail to heed the instruction, because God has given us something to do in order to get what we need to do, get what we're asking for, but we have to be obedient to biblical principles.
Yes.
So that it doesn't matter what it is, if it's something big, if it's something small, but whatever God is telling me, if it's blatant sin or if it's not, the Bible lets us know that to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. So if the Bible tells me don't do certain stuff, and even if God comes and he speaks to me and tells me, Saida, don't watch your TV show today, I don't want you to watch that. If I choose to disobey God, not watching a TV show may not be a sin for somebody else, but God told me not to do it. So when do we say, these are the instructions that God gave me, this is how God showed me how to apply this to my life? When do we just trust him enough to know, God, you're going to give me strength, and it's going to be uncomfortable. Being obedient is always uncomfortable.
Yes.
When you think about it, anything you do in life is uncomfortable. When you first pick up a baby and you got them trying to walk